Hi everybody. I added a bunch of options to the Profit Renegade software, and one of the options is a email verification API statistics dashboard. Ooh, what a mouthful, eh? Anyway, I'm going to show that to you, show you what the buttons on it does, and show you why you want to use it. So I'm going to try and make this quick. We have a lot to go over. Also, in case you're wondering why that's there, and you'll notice that the email statuses have changed a little bit. That's because we listen to you guys. Anyway, you guys said you wanted statistics, so here they are. Um, Simply click on the column header, go down to email verification, and then click on API stats. It's just that simple. You have session stats and you have overall statistics. Session stats mean that for when the software is running. So basically the now. And since the software is not running because I imported this list and ran the email verification portion already, the left column will stay at 0 for the duration of this video. The right hand column is the overall statistics of overall of the lifetime of that particular API. Each API has its own statistics. Just so you know, each API can or is manually controlled. It can also be automatically controlled and run along in concurrent with the email digger or the scraping portion of the software. Although, personally, I don't think you should scrape and verify at the same time. I mean, it's your dime, you do what you want, but I know a lot of you guys just let this thing scrape for 2, 3 weeks at a time, and if you have it verifying right behind it, that's going to be a pretty big penny. All right, guys, so let's move on to the actual functions of the software, of the dashboard. Everything over here on the left has a definition, just in case you don't know what the status is. I was told that, or it was explained to me, a lot of people don't know what the different statuses mean, so we put the definitions in here. A catch-all is basically an email address that gets anything that's delivered to the domain, just like your web host. If you don't want to type in admin and support and help and 50 other addresses, you just put in the wildcard, and then anybody that sends any email to your web host, you get the email. That's what a catch-all is. An unknown is just that, it's unknown, and it could be anything from a email server being down to an expired domain. Same thing with the SMTP connection failed. It just means we couldn't connect to it. Again, it could just be a temporary error. Invalid syntax, that's a different beast. That means that the email is not formatted properly. If you don't have your email formatted properly, when you send an email, in a batch of emails called a carbon copy or a blind carbon copy, if you have an unformatted email in that batch, there's a good chance it's going to send that email to the trash can or the spam filter. That occurs also during the verification process. If I try to send I try to send a domain server a batch of emails with 5 in it, and one of those emails is an invalid syntax, there's a very good chance that the email server is just not going to respond to my request and tell me whether the other 4 are good or not. So you want to clean those out before you put them in your email list. Bad means it's bad, and good is everything you can stick in your email and deliver it, which means that is actually literally your money list. Okay, let's move on. The actual buttons also have definitions of what they do as well. So as far as this button, it says close statistics. It literally closes the dashboard. The delete deletes anything that's in the grid that matches what you choose. You make your choice over here on the left, and you just line it up with your choice. Same thing for highlight. I'll give you an example. Let's say we want to highlight all these catch-alls. So I'm going to do that. In order to view the grid, we got to close the dashboard. So that is what I'm going to do. And now you can see all of the catch-alls that are highlighted. The software has not changed in how it works, so since they are highlighted, you can right click on it and it will delete everything that's in the grid there that is highlighted, just like so. Now I'm going to open the dashboard back up, and I'm going to show you how to export a specific set of status issues. So this SMTP connection failed, literally means that the server might be down. So those might be good later, or it could be that the domain is down but still getting traffic, and that would be something for you to look into and see if it's a way for you to make some money with that. So I'm going to export just the SMTP connection failed. I'm just going to come on over, click export, and choose it, just like so. Segment list. What that does is, if you first of all, you just click it once. You don't have to choose any of these options over here. You just click that, and that takes every single one of these statuses, creates a text file. So a text file of good, a text file of bad, a text file of invalid syntax, and it takes this grid up and it segments it into each individual text file, so that later you can run it against the remove from list feature, the master list, and etc. etc. It's for list maintenance. If you notice, this column header up here changes every time you put your mouse on it. That's to let you know that this is actually a progress bar. That progress bar changes based on the size of the software and what you're doing, and it's always running and active. If you want to bring it down so you keep an idea of what your balance is and where you are on the list, just let it run like that. One click opens it again. As far as your credit balance, if you want to see what your credit balance is while the software is not running, all you got to do is click on this word that says balance, and you will see it turn up in green. If it turns up in green, that means it connected and it's showing you the balance. It will be red if it has a negative zero balance, and it will be red if it does not connect. And I think that is it for the dashboard. So let's go ahead and close that. And just in case you forgot how to actually set up the email dashboard, just come on over to the email address verification dashboard. Make sure you insert an API key. Maybe give yourself a test email. Type in whatever email that you know is good or bad, doesn't really matter, and make sure that it's connected. Again, if this is green, it made sure that what it's telling you is that the verification process, I said it wrong. The green is not telling you that the email is good. The green is simply telling you that you actually connected to the API with your API key and then checked the email address. So it's telling you that your computer is talking to their computer properly. That's what that means. If you have any questions, just click on this link right here that says video tutorial. As with the other portion that you were just looking at, if you put your mouse over anything, you have the actual directions on how to use this software. That is the new stuff that we're adding in. We're going to try and turn this into a teaching software. We're going to try and simplify it a little bit. We're removing all the hard stuff. We're going to make it dead easy to use. If you have any questions, let us know. I would love to know what you think about the new dashboard, about how that we have all the instructions, or how we're starting to build all the instructions into the software. So if you do me a favor, leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think about that part of it. And hey, if you think you learned something today, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. All right, guys. If you have any questions or any issues, go ahead and connect with us in the Facebook group, and we'll get with you there. Bye-bye.